Hey guys, today I'm standing in my backyard. Right across the estuary from our house is a nice bushwalk, and that's where we're going today. So this is one of the many entrances to the Eskdale bush trek. This one is conveniently located about a minute walk from our house, which makes it really easy if you want to go for a quick run and you don't want to run on the streets, etc. Recently they have done a lot of work to improve the path here. It is now nice and solid. You could ride a bike here no problem. A road bike, that is. I don't think it would wreck the wheels or anything. There's a bit of gravel, but it's pretty smooth for a bush path. It is really nice having a piece of nature right next to your house. And as I always say, that is one thing I absolutely love about New Zealand. A lot of these pieces of nature are protected. A lot of them have the native kauri trees in them, which have sadly been dying of tree disease in the recent years, and so a lot of the treks have been closed just to stop the spread a little bit. Whether they can stop it or not, time is yet to tell. But they do have stations in certain spots where you get to wipe your feet, and they advise you to stay on the tracks themselves in certain areas just to help stop the spread from, I think it's called a Lyme disease, so it might be something entirely different. I might leave a link about it in the descriptions as usual, rather than try and remember and give you a bunch of incorrect information. Alright, so our house is literally right there on the other side of the estuary. And as I said, sometimes I go running here, take the dog, and Dio, she's pretty happy. Although I try not to take her too often on a hot day because she gets a little bit lazy and hot, understandably. I find that she's a little bit more willing to go for a jog in autumn and winter. It's been a questionable start to summer here in New Zealand. We've had rain, gale winds. Well, I would probably call them stronger than gale in some cases. And generally, it's been the weather's been miserable. Today is actually not too bad. It's a little bit muggy, and there is a fine drizzle. So hopefully we don't get rained on. But at least the wind hasn't picked up yet. We are going to be heading away on holiday very soon in our caravan, Monty. And really hoping that the weather improves and we actually get to have a summer. Because the last couple of years have been absolutely amazing. Little close-up of the estuary here. In there are protected eels. There are a couple of little signs here that give you a little bit of information about them, and apparently they're eels that you can only find in New Zealand. So yeah, I'll show you when I find it. If you watch my other videos, you might have seen Monty, our caravan. It's a 1970s, I think 1977, 78 one or the other. El Monte, made in New Zealand. It's a beautiful retro caravan, just needs a little bit of work done. We've slowly been doing little bits and pieces, but really want to get it taken away to a place where they can take some of the dents out, reseal, do a little bit of a better paint job, because it's, you know, pretty old, and I don't think it's had anything done to it. In fact, I think it's been sitting in someone's garage for 20 plus years, so, which is a good thing, because it, you know, retained its structure and hasn't rusted and rotted and all that sort of stuff. Little sparrow. I love the sound of birds. Something very therapeutic about being in nature. Just the calmness of, especially on a nice day with the sun shining, and you know. But a day like this is pretty cool too. It's very calm. You hear the birds. I always say walking is one of the best forms of exercise that you can do. It works your muscles, your heart, as well as your mind. And your mind is just as important as your body. In fact, I would say even more so, because you can go for all the runs in the world, or try to, but if your mind, or lift all the kettlebells, or do all the calisthenics, or lift all the weights, but if your mind isn't up to it, or healthy, or happy, and you're really not doing well, you're not going to get yourself out of bed to do it. So I think keeping your mind in a good state is extremely important. And I think a lot of people these days have very busy lives, and they get too caught up in, you know, the online world, and don't really take enough time out to do something good for them. But hey, I'm not trying to preach. This is just something that I believe, and that I've realized over the recent years, how important it is to be physically active, and, you know, not so much for aesthetics and stuff like that, but longevity and feeling good, feeling healthy, all that sort of stuff. So this bush trek keeps going. You can take many paths here, but we are going to take this bridge, and here is that little info that I've been talking about. So these eels are protected, and they are long, thin eels. Third time lucky. Oh my, I am not doing well with my speaking today. And yeah, there you go, the eel, tuna in Maori. There you go. As you see, it's a bit of a creek here. The eel loves going for a swim in there. We are going to continue out here, and I'm just quickly going to take you for a walk around to where you can get closer to the estuary. Right there basically takes you out onto the street, which then loops around back to our place. But right here, look at these. I love wildflowers. It's nice colors. Got a little bit of blue, or, you know, I'm colorblind, so who knows. But yellow, blue, white, nice. Okay, we are going to keep walking this way. And I want to show you guys this bit. You can just imagine how this would have looked when there were no houses around. In fact, some of the places I'll be taking you in the next few months, you will see how beautiful and crazy wild New Zealand can be. Well, wild. Very raw, natural is the words I'm looking for. Here, sadly, has been disturbed a little bit by all the building, and it's disturbed the obviously land, and it's become quite muddy, and building keeps happening up on the hills and everywhere. And yeah, some of the places that we'll go to, you'll notice the water is almost crystal clear. You can my god, I cannot speak today. Crystal clear. You can pretty much, yeah, I wouldn't drink it necessarily, but it looks drinkable. Wouldn't recommend it though. I do not condone drinking the water. Check your own information. All right, we're gonna take a little walk down these steps. It's gonna be very wet down there, but all right. Not sure how far you can go. It's a bit overgrown here. I think this might be the end of our walk. But yeah, the estuary is basically stretching all the way out here. It's kind of like a bit of a swampland, but it's huge for bird life. And yeah, there's lots of ducks, pukekos, tuis around. The birds love it here. Now, it looks like people have been walking through here, so I wonder if there's like a shortcut to someone's house, because as you see, there are houses all the way around. Alright guys, we're gonna finish the walk here. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. The main reason was to show you that even in the middle of suburbia, you get a piece of nature. A pretty decent chunk. And most suburbs in Auckland actually have these bushwalks hidden away, tucked away. So there's a lot to explore. Anyway, you guys have fun, and I'll see you again next time.